Hey, what's up, my fellow Zillow surfers? You guys have tuned into Zillow surfing, and in today's video, we're going to be Zillow surfing the most expensive home in Seattle, Washington. I actually got a video coming out about the most expensive home in Bellevue, Washington. Or actually, I should say the most expensive home in Washington, period. That one is in Bellevue. I want to say that one was 55, 57, 58 million. The most expensive home in Seattle is actually 37,500,000. The address is not disclosed. This one's in Seattle, Washington. 98112, 3 beds, 4 bathrooms, and 4,600 square feet. We'll talk a little bit about Seattle while we look at some photos. So I've only been to Seattle once. I thought it was a pretty city. I thought it was a cool city, but the city is kind of a mess. I mean, like when I was down by like the fish market and that big tourist area by the original Starbucks, I forget what they call that area. There were literally people sitting on the sidewalk, cooking. This is YouTube, so we got to be careful how we talk, but who were cooking things on a spoon. Literally like right in front of the area where you walk into the gum wall and the fish market and everything else. Normally when I'm in a new city, I like to walk around at night and check things out. And, in Seattle, I didn't feel completely safe. I was like walking around. I had homeless people screaming at me. I think Seattle, they've obviously got like the shoplifting programs. They had, was it called the Chaz or the Chaz? The city's like a little bit lawless. They're a little bit too liberal. They let a little bit too much fly to the point that it affects people's safety and ability to enjoy the city. So that's kind of the negative of Seattle. But overall, I thought it was a very pretty city. I thought it was cool how you kind of got the mountains in the background. One of my favorite things that I did when I went there was I went to, I think it's called Sunrise Hill or something, Sunset Hill or something like that. And it's a really ritzy neighborhood on the top of this hill, and you can kind of see out to the Space Needle in the entire city. And it's an awesome space to watch a sunset. I actually tried taking one of those scooter rentals, the Zoom scooters or whatever, up to the top of it, and the hill was so steep the scooter couldn't even make it up. I had to ditch the scooter and walk up the rest of the way. But that was probably my favorite thing that I did when I was there. A couple interesting statistics about Seattle. So number one, Seattle is one of the most literate cities out there. Seattle, among other cities, has some of the highest rates of people who hold library cards. It's one of the most literate cities, and they have, I don't know if they have the most, but they're right up there in terms of having the most bookstores. Another interesting thing about Seattle, even though it's known as a really rainy city, it doesn't get as much rain as you would think. Yeah, it's kind of dark and overcast and gloomy a lot of the year, but actually, cities like New York and Seattle actually get more rain. So even though it has a reputation of being this very, very rainy city, and even though people do suffer from seasonal affective disorder because they don't have a ton of sunshine and sunlight and sunny days, it doesn't get as much rain as it's often portrayed to get. And Seattle is also the birthplace of, kind of mainstream coffee shops with Starbucks. Microsoft and Amazon were founded out of Seattle. And also a big music scene. Jimi Hendrix, grunge music kind of came out of there. So let's kind of take a look at this property. Estimated monthly cost to own this property with just, mortgage, taxes, et cetera, is going to be $229,000. They don't disclose the address, but we can maybe see on a map in a second what area of the city this is. We've seen some of these like most expensive homes in different cities that are going for, $500, $800, $1,500 a square foot. This one's going for a whopping $8,000 per square foot. And obviously, 4,600 square feet. It's by no means a small home. But some of these homes we're looking at are like 25,000, 40,000 square feet. So when you look at the $37 million price tag and we're only looking at 4,600 square feet versus 25,000 square feet, you're going to be paying a lot more per square foot. This one was built in 1925. It's on a 1.59 acre lot. What's special about this property? Original crown molding, entertaining pavilion, French doors, a sports court, park-like grounds, easy indoor-outdoor flow, Tudor-inspired architecture jewel. Let's look at the property history and the property taxes. You know, a lot of Zillow has wiped out property history. If we really wanted to search around, we could probably find it looking at some other sites or tax records. But you know, we're not going to dig that deep, and we got no tax history. Let's read a little bit about this property. One of Seattle's greatest waterfront opportunities awaits on the Gold Coast of Lake Washington. Whimsical charm meets modern elegance, all on 1.6 acres of park-like grounds and 153 feet of waterfront. The main residence is a Tudor-inspired architectural jewel with slate roof tiles from Italy, original crown molding, and meticulous attention to every detail. Enjoy easy outdoor flow with multiple sets of French doors beckoning to the outdoors in. This distinguished property boasts the best modern luxury guest house. So you got a 901 square foot guest house with an office and a guest suite, private dock with boat lift, entertaining pavilion, and sports court. I'm curious to see what that sports court's about. Calling all art lovers, garden enthusiasts, entertainers, and more. One of the best properties the Pacific Northwest has to offer. And let's see here. So looks like we got like a nice sitting area kind of overlooking the water up on a hill or a mountain. These pictures are dark. That looks like it might be like a pickleball or a tennis court. We got a nice lawn area to sit down by the water, and it looks like you maybe look out onto downtown Seattle. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's look on a map and see. I don't have like a great grasp of the city of... How come we're not seeing the map? Where is the map? Normally, oh, so I guess since they're not showing us the address, they're not going to show us a map. Interesting. Okay, so let's hop back into the photos. Okay, we're getting all goofed up here. Okay, so let's fast forward to where we were. Okay, so this is that nice front sitting area. Looks like you got a dock. You could have a boat. You know, kind of cool front entrance. You know, here's where you kind of see that like indoor-outdoor space meeting. You know, open the doors, let some fresh air in, easily walked from the inside to the outside. Nice kind of cozy room here. Dig the art there. You know, just like a lot of little kind of like cool architectural things, like the window with this kind of like arch towards the top. You know, little bay window. It's not huge, but a nice kitchen. You know, plenty of countertop space. Got a nice island. You know, kind of an artsy backsplash there. Here we see more of that indoor-outdoor area. Throw the doors open, you know, grab a cocktail, grab a coffee, walk out, sit on the back porch. Dining room, bedroom, like that wallpaper. It's like you got a fireplace in the bathroom. That's pretty cool. Sit in the bathtub, you know, have a fire. And that sink's interesting, right? The sink is actually right in front of a window, and it's just like a kind of a standalone pedestal sink. We kind of got more like archways and archways on the doors. Kind of a funky little bathroom here. Okay, that's the sink that we were looking at before. So, you know, you're washing your hands, you're brushing your teeth, looking out the window. It is kind of interesting you don't have a bathroom mirror here. You know, here's your dock. How'd you like to have breakfast sitting out here? You know, jump in there, go swimming, pull your boat up. Really, really pretty property. Looks like you got, I think that's like an outdoor fireplace or outdoor kitchen. Really nice private lawn there. So I'm guessing this is like the guest house or the guest suite. Like that skylight, you know, nice little cozy area here. And it looks like that's the property. So this is the most expensive property in Seattle, Washington. Again, $37,500,000, 3 beds, 4 bath, 4,600 square feet. We got the guest house, the sports pavilion, all that stuff going on. What do you guys think about this property? Do you like it? Is it worth $37 million? Do you have any interesting history or facts or statistics about Seattle? Are you from Seattle? You know anything about there you want to add? Drop a comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more Zillow surfing videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.